Hey, what's up, basketball fans? Today we're talking about one of the most controversial takes in NBA history. Kevin Durant, a 7-foot assassin with unlimited range, 4 scoring titles, and an MVP trophy in 2014. By all accounts, he should be mentioned with MJ, Kobe, and LeBron. But I'm here to tell you why Kevin Durant's career is actually the biggest disappointment in modern NBA history. And before you click off, hear me out, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why KD had everything it takes to be the GOAT, except that one thing that matters most. So if you're ready for some hard truth about your favorite player and my favorite player, smash that like button and let's get into it. And I say my favorite player because he was one of my favorite players until he did what he did. Let's start from the beginning. 2007 NBA draft, Kevin Durant gets selected second overall by Seattle, who immediately moved to OKC. And from day one, this kid was special. He's got 4 scoring titles, an MVP, and the smoothest jumper you've ever seen on a 7-footer. This man was putting up video game numbers. And in 2012, at just 23 years old, KD takes the Thunder to the NBA Finals against LeBron's Heat. They lose in 5, but everyone's thinking the same thing. This kid's time is coming.
Throws it down. 5 of 7 from the field.
The fact that Kevin, and again, I feel sorry for him in the wake of losing 4 straight games, being bounced out of the playoffs. But Stephen A., he's not Michael Jordan. He's not Magic Johnson. He's not Kobe. He's not LeBron. He's not even the Kevin Durant I thought he was. I stand exactly by what I said last Friday. There's a new man in Oklahoma City, a new Batman, and I have seen the light. I said for years on this show, Kevin Durant was my favorite player, and it's over. He's going nowhere without his little buddy, who is the man in town, Russell Westbrook.
First of all, the Oklahoman comes out with this headline about Durant, who is having a rough series against the Grizzlies. It says, Mr. Unreliable.
I'm unreliable.
Unreliable.
I don't read the newspaper. But
It's just made a lot of national news right now.
me, Mr. Unreliable, that's what they said. Oh, well, it's all good. I don't really care, you know. Coming from my paper back at home, that's what they're supposed to.
And then 2016 happened, the year that would define Kevin Durant's entire legacy. In the Western Conference Finals, Thunders versus Warriors, KD starts off hot. Thunder go up 3-1. They're 12 minutes away from the finals and 12 minutes away from facing LeBron with home court advantage. Game 6, elimination game, Kevin Durant shoots 10 for 31. 10 for 31 in the biggest game of his career up to that point. KD choked. Warriors come back from a 3-1, and here's where a champion is born, or where a champion gives up. And guess which one KD chose? This was the first crack in his legacy, and after blowing a 3-1 lead to the Warriors, Kevin Durant had 2 options: run it back with Russ or run from the smoke.
Stephen A., the news again coming in moments ago, Kevin Durant heading to the Golden State Warriors. How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it. It's not that he's leaving Oklahoma City. If you're not happy there and you want to move on and you want to grow as a player, there's nothing wrong with that. He's one of the top 3 players in the world. He's a quintessential superstar. He deserves all the credit in the world for the talent that he possesses. But the flip side is this. They were up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Not 1, not 2, but 3 different times. He was 48 minutes removed from getting to the NBA Finals by winning the Western Conference. 3 times he failed, particularly in Game 6. And you depart for the team that beat you when you're on the cusp of getting to the finals yourself or ultimately winning the championship for the franchise that you've been with since you've come into the NBA, I think it's incredibly weak. And I don't want to hear any comparisons to that of LeBron James when LeBron James left Cleveland for South Beach. When LeBron left Cleveland, the cupboard was bare. He was basically the only dude in Cleveland. It was LeBron James and a bunch of no-names. In the case of Kevin Durant, you have one of the top 5 players in the world as your teammate. You've got Billy Donovan, who's proven to be an exceptional coach. You've got a coaching staff. You've got a first-class organization. You've got Enes Kanter, Steven Adams, and all of these boys. You are legitimately a championship contender. You are the difference. You are the superstar, and you depart for the team that beat you, that's the 2-time reigning defending Western Conference champions, who's won a championship in the last 2 years. You're jumping on a bandwagon as far as I'm concerned. That's just the way that I look at it. I don't think there's any way to deny that. All the reporters, whether it's Ramona, it's Chris Broussard, everybody doing an exceptional job, pointing out the things that they point out. I don't disagree with anything anybody is saying. But in the end, what it comes down to is that Kevin Durant is one of the top 3 players in the world, and he ran away from the challenge that he faces in order to jump on the bandwagon of a team that's a little bit better, that's already rife with at least one superstar, a couple of guys that can really, really get it done. I just view it as him jumping on the bandwagon, and I think it's the weakest move I've ever seen by a superstar, plain and simple.
And our gymnastics team was so dominant that Kevin Durant told me he wants to play for them next year. Yeah. Russell Westbrook, what do you think?
July 4th, 2016, Independence Day. How ironic. Because on this day, Kevin Durant gave up his independence and joined the team that just embarrassed him. Let me paint you a picture. The Golden State Warriors just won 73 games. 73 games, the best regular season record in NBA history. They had the unanimous MVP in Stephen Curry. They had Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and the best bench in basketball. This team was so stacked, they could have signed Hasheem Thabeet instead of Kevin Durant and still made the finals. You remember Hasheem Thabeet, right? Second overall pick who averaged 2 points per game? That guy could have helped this Warrior team reach the finals. Now I know what you're thinking, but what about LeBron joining Miami? Here's the difference. LeBron joined a 47-win Heat team, while KD joined a 73-win Warriors team that was already a championship caliber without him. The Warriors really didn't need KD. KD was a cheat code added to an already unbeatable team. And yeah, he won Finals MVP twice, but let's be real. That was a group project, and KD was the kid who transferred schools and still asked to be the leader. That's basically what happened. And in the summer of 2019, KD signs with Brooklyn. I want my own team, he says. I want to prove that I can win without the Warriors, he says. But Brooklyn becomes a disaster. Kyrie Irving drama, injuries, COVID protocols, and when things get tough in the 2021 playoffs against Milwaukee, they lose to the eventual champions.
Oh, he needs size. Oh, he needs size.
Yeah. I'm gonna need some size for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some size and some defense in the interior.
Yeah.
Especially with Giannis and LeBron James
Without
playing
question.
such great basketball this year. I need somebody to offset that, so I'm gonna go with Rudy Gobert.
I agree.
That worked out nicely for you.
That worked out nicely. I mean, he can't let people run through the lane and dunk all the time. Got somebody defending back there.
But does KD stay and fight? Or does he say, we'll be back next year stronger? No, that's not what he does. What he does is he left Golden State in 2019, hoping to build his own thing in Brooklyn. He brought Kyrie with him, then James Harden. What came of it? One playoff series win in 4 years. A sweep by the Celtics, an internal drama, and another early exit. When the pressure built, KD didn't double down. He dipped again. And that's what he does. And then he was off to Phoenix. A super team with Booker, CP3, and Ayton. Championship favorites on paper. But once again, when adversity struck, when Jokic and the Nuggets came knocking, Durant folded. Let's just call it for what it is. Every time the going gets tough, KD wants out. OKC, gone. Warriors, left in silence. Nets, quit. Suns, rumors already swirling. Durant has spent more time searching for ideal situations than actually building one. And he's got nothing to show for it, except rings that feel more like rentals than legacy pieces. So just to recap, while he was on the Suns, another super team attempt. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, right, and KD. In the 2023 playoffs, the second round exit to the Denver. People said they needed the time to get the chemistry going, just like how LeBron in Miami, it didn't work out at first. So what happened next year, 2024? They get swept in the first round by Minnesota. Swept. And guess what's happening right now as I'm making this video? That's right. KD and the Suns are reportedly working together to find him another trade destination. He's about to join his 5th team in less than a decade. Now compare that with LeBron James. The man went back to Cleveland, delivered a 3-1 comeback in the finals. He dragged the lottery team to the finals in 2007. He built champions from scratch. KD had a chance to be the next MJ, the next Kobe. The GOAT conversation was open, but he didn't want to carry the burden. He wanted the benefits, but not the battle. So, is Kevin Durant a bust? No. But is his career a disappointment? Absolutely. Because when we look back at this era, we won't say KD dominated. We'll say he could have. And that's the worst legacy of all. Not failure, but potential wasted. And here's what makes this so tragic. Kevin Durant had everything you need to be the greatest of all time. He had the size, 7 feet tall with guard skills, the shooting, one of the purest strokes ever, the athleticism, could do everything on a basketball court. If KD stays in OKC and beats the Warriors in 2016, we're having a different conversation. If he leads that Thunder team to multiple championships, if he shows the heart to fight through adversity instead of running from it, Kevin Durant could have been the bridge between the Jordan era and whatever comes next. Instead, he'll be remembered as the most talented player who never had the heart of a champion. Look, I'm not saying KD isn't great. The man can ball. But greatness isn't just about talent. It's about mentality. It's about rising when everything's against you. It's about staying and fighting instead of running to the next easy situation. And as he sits there right now, about to join his 5th team, ask yourself this. Is this the resume of a champion? Or is this the resume of the most talented quitter in NBA history? What do you think? Am I being too harsh on KD? Or is this the truth nobody wants to admit? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video made you think differently about Kevin Durant's legacy, hit that subscribe button for more controversial NBA takes.